Chapter 31. Gold Digger. As soon as Ava stepped out of the elevator, she ran into Logan Brooks. After greeting Logan, she handed him the tickets in her hand. "The tickets I promised Leon and the others last time. Please help me give them to them," Ava said playfully. "Of course, Miss Hart." Logan took the pearl-printed gold envelope from Ava's hand, then said, "Miss Hart, are you here to see Mr. Pierce? He might not be available to see you right now." Ava smiled and asked, "Work?" Logan nodded. "Mr. Pierce and Mr. Reed are in the conference room discussing a partnership. It might not end anytime soon." Samuel? Ava still felt somewhat embarrassed thinking about that night. She had actually fallen asleep hugging a gay man's hand. As soon as Ava entered the office area, she saw Assistant Fung coming from the break room direction. She approached with a smile. "Assistant Fung, are you going in to bring coffee to your Mr. Pierce?" "Yes, Miss Ava." Assistant Fung forced a smile. "Let me help you deliver it. You go do your work." Ava's lips curved in a sweet, brilliant smile. Assistant Fung originally wanted to refuse. Making coffee for Adrian was part of her job responsibilities, but what came out was, "Then I'll trouble Miss Ava?" Assistant Fung's pupils contracted slightly. What had she just said? How could she agree to let Ava deliver coffee to Adrian? Ava clearly had impure thoughts about Adrian, and Adrian had a girlfriend. She most disliked girls like Ava who had no sense of boundaries. When Assistant Fung came back to her senses, Ava had already taken the tray from her hands and left. "What are you daydreaming about?" Logan poked her shoulder. Assistant Fung looked at her empty hands and murmured quietly, "Where's my coffee?" Logan looked at her like she was an idiot. "Assistant Fung, even if Miss Ava is beautiful, you don't need to lose your composure like this." He cleared his throat, handed the envelope with tickets to Assistant Fung. "The tickets Miss Ava promised Leon and the others. Give them to them. I need to go out on business." Assistant Fung clicked her tongue. "So, that's why you came back? You ran into Miss Ava and your feet wouldn't obey, following her back." Assistant Fung snatched the item from Logan's hand. "Look at your status. She has her sights set on Mr. Pierce. Don't flatter yourself." Her words carried thick mockery. After speaking, she turned and walked away, leaving Logan completely confused. What had he been flattering himself about? Miss Ava was beautiful and had a good personality. All the secretaries in the executive office liked her, so of course he liked her too. But it didn't involve romantic feelings. Ava knocked twice on the door. Adrian's voice came through the door. She pushed the door open upon hearing it, first walked to Samuel's side, silently placing the coffee within his reach, then slowly walked to Adrian's side. She stopped. After putting down the coffee, she rubbed Adrian's pant leg with her leg. Adrian had been discussing the partnership with Samuel. Feeling this movement, his face immediately turned cold. He had always disliked people around him making these small gestures. Normally, he would have gotten angry, but with an outsider present, he closed his eyes, suppressing the irritation. But the movement on his pant leg didn't stop. He looked up, wanting to signal Assistant Fung to leave, but upon raising his head, he met those smiling eyes. The girl's eyes curved with her smile, a hint of smugness in her brow, like a cat that had stolen fish. "Why are you here?" Adrian's face cleared of its gloom as he asked indifferently, "I came to pick you up for dinner at home." The girl's pure face radiated matter-of-factness. She pulled out a chair and sat beside Adrian. Samuel, sitting on the left, moved his fingers slightly. Almost instantly, he guessed that Ava and Adrian, her future brother-in-law, had an unusual relationship. This obedient, sweet, and gentle smile. Samuel was seeing it for the first time. It somehow didn't seem like her. "Mr. Pierce, shall we chat another day?" Samuel interrupted Ava's words. "You two continue talking." Ava playfully made a zipping motion across her lips. The two men's conversation returned to work. Ava had no interest in what they were discussing. Of course, she actually couldn't understand it either. Talk about investments and profit returns was as boring as listening to financial news, and made her drowsy. She was an art student. Adrian was a science student. They really didn't have much in common. When they dated, it was mostly romantic matters. They had never talked deeply. The reason they got along so well was partly due to her deliberate accommodation. For people or things beneficial to her, she had always been very patient. Ava looked at messages in the group chat, pondering whether to go out tonight. Lena. Ava, old Joe specially organized this gathering. If you don't come, he'll be heartbroken. Autumn. Ryan's fiancé is coming too. Aren't you curious? Come out and play. The two went back and forth. Ava's resolve quickly wavered. She asked what time, then replied with an okay. Ryan's attitude toward his fiancé is terrible, but his fiancé has such a good temper. Ava held her phone reading the gossip about Ryan that Lena and Autumn were sharing. After returning to the country, she roughly knew that Ryan's family had chosen a fiancé for him. Ryan didn't like this fiancé, but as a second-generation heir who only knew how to eat, drink, and play, he had no right to resist his family. He could only accept it reluctantly. Knock, knock! The table was knocked twice heavily. Ava suddenly came back to her senses. She raised her face and realized only she and Adrian remained in the conference room. Can we go home now? Ava turned off her phone and grabbed Adrian's hand. I have a dinner engagement. Okay? Ava dejectedly let go of Adrian's hand. In the private room, Ava sat beside Adrian. Across from them sat Adrian's college classmates, both of whom had brought female companions. When she went abroad, one of them was already married to his girlfriend. But the woman he brought wasn't his wife. Ava wasn't surprised by this. When they saw her, their expressions varied. The man who brought another woman behind his wife's back was named Marcus Hartwell. He was also Grace's classmate and had once harbored unrequited love for Grace. Like Justin Shaw, he didn't like her, but out of deference to Adrian's presence, he didn't dare say anything to her. When Adrian left to take a call, both men predictably changed their attitudes. Miss Ava returned at quite the right time, just when Grace and Adrian are about to get married. Marcus said sarcastically. Derek Chen laughingly joined in. Someone with Miss Ava's refined self-interest would naturally rush back upon learning Adrian's legs had healed. After speaking, he put his arm around the girl beside him, a mocking smile on his face. This Miss Ava is like you, both gold diggers, but you're more honest than her. She's more hypocritical. When the girl he was holding heard gold digger, her smile froze slightly, but she quickly suppressed the unnaturalness on her face.